Hello, fellow fragrance lovers. Welcome back to my channel. I have something special for you today. If you can't tell by my very 70s-ish ensemble, I don't own a real Halston, but I have some Halston-style things. Maybe one day, because he is one of my favorite designers. So you probably know by now what this video is about. Well, I'm putting it in the title. Duh. But, play along with me, people. Pretend that you don't know what it is that I'm going to be reviewing today. So, of course, there has been a renewed interest in this fragrance because of the fabulous Netflix series Halston, starring Ewan McGregor. Love him, have always loved him, and I think he did an amazing job. I actually binged the entire show in one sitting. 5 episodes, and I think they're about an hour each. So I went straight through. I was mesmerized. It is a fantastic show. So if you have never seen Halston on Netflix, definitely watch it, especially if you're into fashion and just really compelling stories about people who rose to the top and then had a bit of a downfall. That's like a common theme in so many movies and books. So there's a lot of curiosity surrounding this fragrance. Here it is right here. Don't I look like a 1975 ad for Halston? And of course, as they mention in the show, the bottle, interesting shape there. So this is not anywhere near, from what I've read, the original formula of Halston from 1975. There are more regulations now that I guess they did not follow back then. So, some of the ingredients had to be switched up a little bit. As far as I can tell, though, the thing that is the same between the two of them, the old version and this newer version, they are very potent. Okay, very, very potent. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is an extremely potent fragrance, but it's also super affordable. I think I got this for $14 with a coupon on FragranceNet. So as far as value for the longevity and projection, it's great. But the question is, are you going to be able to handle it? Because I think it's going to take a certain type of woman to pull this off, a Halston woman. And I think that's what Mr. Halston had envisioned when he created this. So I remember this being around because, it was popular in my heyday, and I remember commercials for it, and I remember seeing it advertised, and I remember seeing it in stores. My only reference point really for fragrances was my mom, but I don't think that this would have been her jam whatsoever. I think it would be much too masculine and strong for her, so I guess that's why she stayed away. I didn't ask her yet, but I think that's why she stayed away from it. It is extremely, I know I've already said that, but it's extremely strong. So, okay, this is going to sound very silly, but what I imagine this to be is the female version of a fictitious fragrance. And if you know what movie this is from, we can be friends. Okay? Because the movie, so the fragrance that I feel like this is maybe a female version of is Sex Panther. So if you know what Sex Panther's from, I'll give you a second to guess. Anyway, it's from Anchorman, which is one of my favorite comedies of all time. And if you're familiar with the movie, they make a big to-do about this Sex Panther cologne. Now, in the movie, it's very, very potent. That's the part that it reminds me of. It's so potent that everyone around you is going to notice it. Now, they compare the smell of it to some very unsavory things. And I'm not saying that about this at all. I actually quite like this because I quite like extremely strong, bordering on offensive scents. I mean, the only other thing in my collection that comes anywhere close to the potency of this is my MAC Shade Sense, the My heroine, the purple one, that is a bomb. I mean, you walk into a room and people are like, oh, okay, there you are. I see you. I smell you. That's the same vibe and some of the same notes. The opening of this also reminds me a little bit of just that first few second opening of the original Coco. You know how I've said before, you cannot judge the original Coco from just the first, few minutes opening of it, because it is extremely strong and extremely potent, and I don't think everybody would be into it. But the dry down is so much more mellow, and it gets, more vanillic and sweeter, but that initial spray takes you back. This kind of stays in that stage like the whole time. So I will give you my little anecdote. Okay, so I thought I'll test this out at a night, like for bedtime. So rule number 1, this is not a bedtime fragrance. Okay, I was way off. I thought, well, that way I'm not around anyone in case it is offensive, because I could tell even just from so I sprayed it on the box. Like, here's the box here. And I could tell from that, like, this is something. So I snuggled up to my adorable tween, 12-year-old son to watch a movie. And he's very diplomatic. I've taught him well. He knows not to say anything that a woman could possibly take offense to. But he said, Mom, what perfume do you have on? Like, he knew it was something different. And I said, oh, it's Halston. I'm trying it out. And he said, it's really strong. So he didn't say it smelled bad. He said it smelled really strong. And then, so this was like 9:00 at night, went to bed at 6 a.m. When I woke up the next morning, it was still on there and still pretty potent. Like, it hadn't faded and become a skin scent or anything. Like, it was still on me. So that's what I say, ladies or gents, because I see this as very unisex. Do not get involved with this. Okay, I'm giving you a disclaimer right now, and please do not blame me if something bad happens or someone makes a comment to you, okay? You got to be ready. Like I said, it's going to take a certain type of person to pull this off. Okay, so you're probably wondering what the notes are in this, and I'll tell you, although like I said, I don't know how close these are to the notes of the original. There's definitely not, as in the show, there was a jockstrap note that they were trying to pick up on. I don't smell the jockstrap in this, but it's strong. What I do smell that's not in the notes officially, but in the show. Now, I don't know, you know how they dramatize everything and take liberties with everything. So I don't know if this actually happened, but in the show, when Halston meets with the perfumer to figure out what the fragrance is going to smell like, he has cigarettes. Like, he wants that tobacco smell in there. And I do get a cigarette vibe from this, but not cigarettes that are actively being smoked, like after they're like put out and have been sitting around in the ashtray. I know that sounds bad, but it's kind of good. Okay, so let's get on to the notes, shall we? Okay, the top notes are green leaves, mint, melon, bergamot, peach, and then the mid notes are marigold, carnation, cedar, orris root, rose, jasmine, and ylang ylang. And the base notes are oak moss, amber, vetiver, incense, patchouli, sandalwood, and musk. To be honest, I don't really smell. I mean, I guess I get a little bit of the greenness in the beginning. It is quite green in the beginning, but I feel like those base notes really are the prominent thing. So if you do not like patchouli, amber, incense, musky type of smells, you are not going to like this. Also, I hate to categorize fragrances into seasons. I feel like you should. Well, except, I make videos about summer fragrances. Just kidding. You know what I mean. If you like something, I feel like you can wear it whenever you want. But this is one I feel like it could cause some harm if you wore this in extreme heat. Like, I don't recommend that. I think this is definitely a fall and winter scent, but I don't know. It's growing on me. I really, even just smelling it now again, I really like it. It's just so strong. It's so strong and it's so old school smelling. I mean, this does not smell like anything around. I mean, in a sea of ladies who are wearing, Dolce & Gabbana light blue or whatever, mumbo jumbo, shower clean type of scent, you're going to stand out if you wear this. So my verdict on Halston Classic, as it's called, because there are flankers and I want to test, there's like an amber one that I definitely want to check out, but Halston Classic is going to get the Limelight Lass 2 thumbs up. I do like this quite a bit. So, and I enjoyed getting into my 70s groove with my makeup and wardrobe and everything. By the way, my eyes and lips, if you're wondering, are the new ColourPop Malibu Barbie collection. Another great, like, little 70s throwback. So I feel like the 70s are having a great moment right now. And, Halston, the Netflix show, is really amping it up. I feel like everybody now is looking for Halston stuff. I still dream of owning a genuine Halston garment. So maybe one day if I hit it big. I don't know. I do have some things from the H by Halston line from QVC that I do like, but there's nothing that's really like akin to the original Halston stuff. So, all right, well, there you have it. That is my review on Halston Classic. Try it if you dare. And of course, thank you again for all your support with my channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, I really need some subbies. And I would love to have you, part of my whole thing here. So please, please, please subscribe if you haven't already. And definitely click the notification bell so that you know when I am uploading. And I will see you in my next video. And of course, if you have tried Halston, drop a comment. I would love to hear what you think about it. So, all right, guys, I will see you later. Thank you so much. Bye.